Hey, welcome back to the shop, guys. Today I decided I want to make an elevator so I can get up to the loft up there. Tired of climbing up and down the ladder. You get them boxes and all that. Anyway, so what I did, I kind of got started here a little bit. I just put some wood up on the walls. I'm gonna pull this panel out so I can reinforce where the studs are in here. Should be a stud here, here, and here. Not so worried about the one right here as the out here. I think I'm gonna like triple these up on each side. So when I mount the unistrut and stuff to the wall, I got plenty of strength there. Also, I am going to mount that cross beam right there. We're gonna whack that out and then build some supports coming down. Probably a little like pony wall. I don't want to wall the whole thing all the way across. Just enough so I can support the ceiling really, really good. I don't think it'll fall down, even if I just put, a couple of 2x4s up there. Anyway, let me tear this thing down right quick. There. Right there. Surely there's one somewhere in here. Don't look like it. Pull that one out. See if we can get it to come off the wall. Surely I didn't screw a screw into the, oh Lord. I may have screwed right into us. I think there's a 4x4 right here. Let's move this one over here. No, I'm missing screws somewhere. No, wasn't missing any screws, just wedged in there. Okay, we're gonna move this over here out of the way. Ta-da! One should grab a broom. I got a broom. Let's do a little sweepy sweep here. I think I'd sweep all this up before we started. Yep, there's a 4x4 right there. I knew I stuck one in there. I put it in there. I put actually four 4x4s. One on each end. One here, because I separate them. And then there's another separation right there, here-ish. So there's a 4x4 under there too. So that's why we wanted to open this thing up. We're gonna have to pull our insulation out, which kind of bites. Make sure we don't have anything in the wall. I'm pretty sure I didn't put anything in these walls. I need a ladder. Three-gallon ladder to the rescue. This is just like some paper tape that I use just to hold the insulation up. On this side, we have to stick. Alright. So now we know we don't have anything in our walls. Like I say, I want to double or triple up these 2x4s across here. Probably add at least one more over here, maybe two. I've got them, so. And then we'll work on putting our insulation back in, which will probably require some cutting and fabricating with a pocket knife. Anyway, I know I didn't say the reason I put these up here. When I go to put the board back in, or the wall back in, I can put it in there and let it fall down. This will stop it, put it back right back where it was. By the way, it's raining if you can't hear the raindrops on the metal roof. So I guess what we need to do is break out the saws and the wood. Hang on a minute. All right, guys, so all I'm really doing here, I'm not even gonna use tape measure. I just setting the 2x4 on the bottom seal, hold it up here. I did have a pencil in my pocket. I know I'm banging on the mic. Take my pencil, mark the top seal. And voila, now we're gonna whack that part off. Oh wait, come over here where the F100 is sitting. Wanna trace our line over a little bit. I'm all confused with this camera. Put our speed square on here. Mark that off. Speed square in the back pocket. Watch your ear holes. And voila. And I put all, wind down, put all this tape on here. A brand new saw. Man, that thing flings sawdust back in your face. Couldn't handle it, so I taped it up where it wouldn't do that. All right, so we got us a chunk cut off there. And we go back over here. Handy dandy little beating tool. Use our 3-gallon ladder. Make sure we're all pushed in. Get a handful of screws. Let's run some screws in here. I'll start with one on each end. Then you get some that are aggravating. Just take your little persuasion tool, start it in there for it. And those of you with a keen eye, that you probably couldn't see what the heck I was doing anyway, I don't put my screws in straight in. I'll put them at a bit of an angle. That way, you know, angle them a little bit. I don't know, I just figure if something pushes on it, you got something pushing against it, make it stronger. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. So I guarantee you there's somebody out there that knows more than I do, without a doubt. Anyway, let me go ahead. I already got 2 of them on here. We'll go ahead and throw a 3rd one there. I'm gonna put another one here. I think I'm gonna put another one here, just because I just noticed that where I spliced all that together. Plus my 2x6s right there spliced up there also. So yeah, it's not gonna hurt to add some more 2x4s in there. Strengthen it up. That, and like I said, I'm gonna be supporting that ceiling coming down from up there down, up here down. So the more strength I can get to transfer all that down to the footer, the better. It's gonna be stronger. I'm in Georgia. We don't get 8 foot of snow every winter. If we get an inch, we're done good. Sometimes I miss the snow. In case you didn't know, I'm an Oklahoma boy. We do get snow in Oklahoma. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a couple more 2x4s in here. No sense of you sitting there watching me do it. It's just 2x4s. Screw them together. Anyway, yeah, hang on. I'll be right back when I get that done. Okay, guys, I'm back. We got the 2x4s in. We got 3 of them placed into here. I added another one here for that jack, whatever I did up there. Whatever I did up there, yeah. I added another one here just because, I don't know. I don't think it'll actually need it, but it might. Anyway, so there's that. We throwed the insulation back in there. Not the prettiest job in the world. The insulation, the only function it actually serves is for noise. That's it, nothing else. So let me throw this sheet of wood back on here right quick. All right, so we bring this over here. Pick it up, find it where it goes, push it in and set it down. Didn't work like I thought it would. Or didn't work like it was supposed to. I don't know. We're gonna get it in there one way or another. You watch. Let's start with this screw right here. Ta-da! Couple of these screws here. Uh-oh. I left a screw in there. I gotta take this back down. I just thought of that. Yep, right here. Board had kind of a bow in it, so I stuck a screw in there and used my pliers, my hammer to move it over. Anyway, let's do this again. There, that'll hold that. Not being real cooperative. It's all right, I got a cooperative stick right here. Mercy. Well, I know this one will go in. Put that one in. Put that one in. Put that one in. Let me screw this thing on the wall. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Tree. My wife said I needed to put it in the video. Anyway, what I've done here, I got the plywood, the wall back together again. I got some 2x4s hanging off. We got a bunch of 2x4s in the wall. Let's go up the steps here. The ladder. We added some wood down here. We measured some 2x4s. Maybe I should have brought me a light. I don't know. Measured me some 2x4s for right here. You can see I'm gonna cut this piece right here out. So we're gonna cut it off right here, and then down here at this mark down here, and open this right here up. Cool little pointer, huh? Anyway, yeah, we're gonna open this part up right here so that when we get up here, and I'm standing like on the second rung of the ladder, you don't hit your head once the elevator comes up. So our next step here, I guess, is to go ahead and cut this out. I believe everything down here is good to go. We reinforced a little bit. I guess I should have shown it. We added some 2x4s this way also inside this where this 2x10 is, giving it some strength. So yeah, because I want to put the 2x4 that I'm fixing to put right here after I cut this out underneath here. Point up under here to support this weight. There's not a lot of weight on this. I said that before. I just want to make sure everybody knows we don't get a lot of snow, so we don't have a lot of weight up there, but I am going to put a 2x4 underneath that to support it. And then we'll probably end up building out this way also, because, well, if you can look over here, my building strut, I don't know what you call that, the studs of the building is a little bit, you know, a little bit out. So yeah, we're gonna have to fill in some area right here. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna cut these out. Let me go grab the grinder. Put us a little cutoff wheel and zip that joker out right quick, because that's the only way it's gonna come out. So, but yeah, that's the update so far. I don't want to fall off the ladder. That is why I need an elevator. Climbing up and down this sucker, holy moly. And you know, all my storage stuff up there, the wife's Christmas decorations, we've moved them over to another spot so that I can store parts up there so that I don't have, you know, a table full back there. Anyway, yeah, let me cut this center section out right here and figure out what we're gonna do from there, because I'm kind of just, you know, shooting from the hip for it, I guess. Hang on, let me do this and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Yeah, let me get up here. We've cut our section out. I put the 2x4s in there to hold up the roof. We've tapped this one in. I have tapped this one in. I got it flush on this back side. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of light. It's all plumbed up. I got my very efficient level right here. So she's plumbed up both directions. Just a smidge off there, ain't we? Need to tap this ever so slightly. Still needs to go more. Whoa. There. Much better. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Cheap level is what it is. So yeah, I got this all flushed up, and I think I'm gonna build a pony wall right here. Not a pony wall. Pony walls are usually like short. I think I'm gonna build a slight wall where I tie this into here and go down to the floor. Put us a stringer across there, stretch it across a couple of rafters, and come back up. And that'll support this whole area right here. That's what I'm gonna go for, I believe. Just don't make for a good video. I don't know. It does. Yeah, I guess it does. This side over here, I cut this 2x4 to go in here. It's not. Yeah, I'm not happy with it, so I'm not gonna put that in there yet. Yeah, that I don't like it. May have to redo that. But also I think over here, I may just enclose that whole side. There's no reason not to, really, other than it'll make it really, really dark up here because it's already dark. I can put a light in if I only knew an electrician. But yeah, I may enclose that whole thing right there. Just I don't know, just cause. Ain't no reason why, but for right here, I want to enclose this for strength. Because when I cut that out, I didn't think it would flex as much as it did. And like I say, I did these 2x4s before I cut it, and you can see it bounced up 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. But yeah, it flexed up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it went up, maybe 1/16 of an inch or so. I don't know if that's important or not. I doubt it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Tree. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That may come later. I say that's what I'm gonna do. I'm shooting from the hip here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go down, have a look-see from the ground. Yeah, all that space there, that's nice. I measured from here because I got, like I said, I got that one all plumbed up and everything. It's 4.5 inches out to the front of the wood, not to here. I got to add some more for that, but we got to measure, get all that done up. Because what we got is the unistrut. That is going to go against the wall like such, all the way up. So we got to fill in that space over there. I'm going to, a lot of other guys, they will come in here and drill a hole in between here. I don't know exactly why they would drill a hole in between it when they got a big hole there. But the rollers I ordered, I haven't gotten yet. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. I think what I'm going to do is weld us a piece of steel on the side so I can mount them to the side. That was why I came in here and added all the 2x4s so I can actually scoot this over here and actually screw on each side to hold the unistrut up. And I come off of that just ever so slightly. Ow, my finger's caught. There. So anyway, let me get up there, buttoned up, well, not buttoned up, but strengthened up, secured down so it doesn't move. I got to do something with this other side too. We'll get it straightened out. Let me work on that for a second. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Been a couple days. I got quite a bit done, as you can see. Let's step up to the ladder here. I went and got some 2x10s. It just so happens it works out to where this all flushes off back here pretty much. With the front of this has a 2x10, which is 9.5 inches. Wood things, I don't know. So that ought to give us something to mount our strut on, just straight in. Got both sides done, super strong. I don't think they're gonna fall apart on me. I may, I'm not sure, go from this rafter to this rafter, you know, put a piece of angle iron across there. My only fear is this, you know, because I can't talk today. The elevator is going to be basically like an L. Going to come down, L out. So with weight on the outside edge, it's going to pull the top. That's what I'm afraid of. So that's why I'm saying I may put that piece of angle iron up there. I don't know. But first, what we got to do is make us some strength up in high. So I tried to use some of my scrap metal up, but I had to go buy me some new steel, 1.5 inches. What does it say? Right there from the. My brain ain't braining today, guys. It's a Saturday morning. I should be in watching, I don't know, YouTube. Anyway, went to the Tractor Supply and bought this. Like I say, there's your sticker thingy. 3/16 by 1.25 inches, 3 foot long. Cut them into some, I think these are 4 inches. These are the 6 inch, these are 6 inches because this isn't going to be long enough for when I come down. So I'll have a piece down here and I'll have like that piece right over there. At the end of this, that's going to stretch over where the splice comes together. Good Lord. I cannot think today. Anyway, first thing I need to do is grind off this galvanizing so I don't kill myself, and you know, that hearing protection. So we'll go with this grinder, a couple of slots down, and we'll knock off the side. Okie dokie. Wow. Whoopsie. Use as much of our table as we can. Now I've been using this here part of the 2x10. I set it up here like such. We'll take a couple of our pieces here, put them on each side. Probably start off by laying this down. Make sure she's flat across here. Like I said, I need to be a couple of inches down. I didn't grind that very good. I'll grind that some more. All right, maybe that's better. Okay, let's try this again. A couple of those down. All right, show you what I got going here now. I know it's gonna be at an angle, but I'm gonna slide, instead of just butting that up there, I'm gonna slide this up just a little bit. Then I can come on the back side of it and hit a small shot on there. Just kind of eyeball it and whatnot. Now we gotta get the welding machine out. Stay. Okie dokie. And I'm not really measuring this much of it. If you haven't noticed, I did not drill holes in this yet, in those pieces, because once I get them welded on, then I'll drill the hole. That way they line up so I can just run a bolt through it. We'll start off by giving this a little tacky tack here. And right here. Yeah. Let's hit her on there. Alrighty. Look at them dimes. Now all we gotta do is do the other side, which is not quite as easy. Mainly because I don't want to burn our wood, but we're gonna. I gotta flip this up, and I'm gonna put it on the end like this. Let's get us a pair of clamps, or a clamp. Let's get us a clamp. Clamp. I'm gonna let it hang off the table just a little bit. Now we need a little hammer. There we go. Little zip here and there. Yeah, we'll just use those up here. That tacked on. Run us a bead right quick. Finish this up. All right, we got that on there. Let's get our piece of wood off of there before she burns too much. All right, and before I put a small bead on the inside, I'll let it all cool. Probably gonna have to tap those so they come out some. Because looking at them right now, yeah, they both bend in quite a bit. So, and I know that's gonna be tight when I put it up against the wall to go onto that 2x. So we'll let it cool down before I really fool with it too much. Because this unistrut, you can bend it. And I don't want to bend it too closed, because you don't want it warped up too much when you put the rollers in there that I still haven't gotten. It's the tariffs. No, it ain't. All right. So I'm gonna do that. I got probably, one more. I'm gonna do, I got this one. I measured it out 60 something inches, I can't remember, down to where the floor is. I mean, the roof floor from up there amongst that light down to here, 60 something inches. I marked it on here. So I'm gonna probably put another one like right here. And then we'll come down here and put some that are flat this way. Or no, I'm gonna put them on the side, that's right. I'll put those on the side like that, instead of like this. I'll put them like that. Drill holes through them, then we can screw it to the wall where we reinforced all those 2x4s. So yeah, let me do some zip, zap, zap on this right quick. Then I can get it up there, measure that for down here. Yeah, all that good stuff. So yeah, give me a minute, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got all the tabs, we'll go with tabs. Tabs welded on all the way down. Got us our bottom piece of strut measured out. Welded it on. Like I said, I used one of the straps kind of as a coupling to weld it all together. That weld didn't come out so pretty. That one did. Anyway, yeah, we kind of got it on there. Last piece of scrap metal we throwed on there. Now we got to put it up here. Now I did, when I went to measure this, I went ahead and put the main piece up, drilled a hole through the 2x4 up there, so it would hold it. You can see here where I tacked the bottom piece on. So, yep, let me throw this thing up here right quick-ish. Oh, I did get the other one done too, by the way. I don't know if you saw it back in the background over there. Let's take this. And don't knock out a light while we're at it. And hang it up here. Stay. All right. So now I can climb up there and probably have to lower this down. Climb up here. I hope y'all can see that. I just got a 3/8 bolt, and I know the lighting ain't real good up here, but we're gonna pick this up, angrily slip it through there. We'll let that sit there for a minute. We got one to go on the bottom part down here. And I actually got a nut and a washer for this. So we'll put them on right there. And that's how that's gonna look. Bring you down here a little bit. So as you can see, I got the bolts here. I got a bolt right there. And then on the way down, we'll have a, whoops. We'll have this one where we can shoot into our header right there, 2x6 right there. On that one, then we come on down to where our pieces come together. We'll shoot them in there, shoot one down there. I did the same thing on this one. So yeah, let's get let me get some bolts, see if I can't get these to go together right here right quick. This, move this over. And I did, when I put this up here, I leveled it, or plumbed, I didn't level, plumbed everything up. Hey, I'm over here, guys. Pay attention. We got us a starting spot right here. It's gonna require a little bit of lift, but not much. And we'll zap that in there. So far, looking decent. Let's back that out just a little bit. There we go. Make sure everything's looking good. Get us a couple more of these here lags to go in. Don't like how that one went in at all. I'll put one in down here first. There's that. A couple more for this side. I did shoot those two at an angle because I didn't come on this side of this stud and add some more support. I should have, I guess, but I didn't want to take the door out, to take that off, to add one 2x4. That's why I did that. So, yeah, there's that. Got two more right here. Might as well put them in down here. Really like that one that much. Let's try this again. There we go. And I got two more at the top. Two more right there. And then I gotta do the nuts and bolts, which is like right here. Then I gotta do this side. So yeah, unless you want to just sit here and watch my back like you just did, guess what? I'll pause the video. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. We got our tracks mounted, both sides. We need to come on up here and put the bolts on each side of this. Got a nylock nuts on them. Although I barely have a thread sticking out of that one. But we got it up here. The back side of this, not quite as pretty. Is what it is. Christmas tree. And we're gonna take our winch, and we gotta build a bracket frame thing to set right here. It is 120 volt, so we'll be able to just plug it right in. It'll go down and across and up. That'll give us our lift. That way you don't have the cable in the middle of this, because normally you would put your cable, you know, right where all your weight's gonna be, which will be right smack in the middle of it. But on this one, you can't do that because then you wouldn't be able to get out of it. So we're gonna go down it, across it, and come up it. We'll probably come over here somewhere, make us an anchor point. That's kind of why I left these up here. Make us an anchor point off the top. That way it's kind of just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, we got this done. I think what I'm going to start on next, because I don't have the rollers yet, still, I think we're going to start on this frame right here. It's not a real big spot, but I know I have plenty of anchor stuff. I don't know what else to say it. There's lots of 2x4s and stuff piled up in here, where I put a lot of strength. There's an ant right there. Put a lot of strength in here. That, and there's a rafter joist right there. So yeah, we got some strength up in there that we could go with. So I guess what I'll do is, you don't need to. I know this is a fabrication channel, but fabrication is boring. There's nothing to it. I will show you. Here, come with me. This is the winch I'm going to use. It's a Vevor winch. I don't remember the weight capacity on this thing right off the top of my head. 1320. 1320 pounds is the weight, and that's a down and back. Just straight weight 660. So I don't, even with me on there, I don't think I'd put 600 pounds on there, but let alone 1300. So yeah, this is the winch I'm going to use. It's just a wire rope. I think that's what they call it, wire rope winch. It does have the automatic shut off, which we will be utilizing somewhere on our platform as it goes up. We'll have a hand come up and tick-tock. That'll make it where you can't overrun it. Not a bad little unit. It does have, over here's the control box for it. It's got the controller, a wireless remote. No, it doesn't come with batteries, so you gotta make your own batteries. Make your own battery. Gotta supply your own batteries. Also came with some of these handy dandy little straps. I don't know. Pure Chinesium, guaranteed. If they say 500 pounds, I wouldn't go no more than 250. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start on this frame for this thing. We'll get it built up right quick, 5, 6, 7 hours. So let me get started on that. You know, since y'all sitting here watching me cut angle iron and weld angle iron, because that's all it's going to be is angle iron. So yeah, let me put this thing together right quick in 3, 4, 7 hours. I already said that. Anyway, you know, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Man, I got a lot done. Whew. And it's still the same day. We got our winch mounted up. Glad I didn't video this. It was a royal pain in the hind end. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I just made a square box basically out of angle iron, 2-inch. I didn't weld out here. I just did a couple tacks, but it's solid welded on the insides. Went ahead and mounted the control box up here, a little bit crooked, ran the power wire through the wall just so it'd make it pretty and whatnot. Mounted the winch up in here. Here's the ugly part where you can't hardly see. We just welded in some scrap metal in there to bolt this in. She's in there real good. I did shoot lags here. Two back here. There's a rafter here that I shot into, the seal plate this way, and then it's stacked up. I shot a couple back here in the back. You can't see them, but anywhoozy, yeah, she's up there. I got her plugged into the extension cord. It's a pretty neat little deal. You got an on button, and she runs down, she runs up. Sounds like she's got a heck of a brake on her. But this piece here that clicks it to stop it when it's coming up, so it doesn't over travel, I'm gonna take it off because the cable runs through it, which it should. But the way I'm gonna do this, it's not. I'm gonna probably end up welding a small piece of tubing right out here. Or, well, I don't know, because the bottom of my thing will come right here. Anyway, it's just got to come out and across. We're going to have some rollers in the bottom parts, I think. But I think what I'm going to do is take this off so that it doesn't get bound up, because if this moves too much, it'll bind up and click our button and shut us down. So basically, I'm going to take this off to pull the cable out of it and maybe shorten this thing up just a smidge, not a lot. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then on the carriage itself, as it comes up, we'll have an arm that comes out. And that may be the other thing about taking this off, is we need it to come out away from the thing here. So taking it off, and then we may just weld us a piece out. That way, as the thing comes up, we can have us an arm right here that pushes it and stops it. I think that's the route we're going to take. But yeah, she's a gooder. It's not a noisy machine. Of course, I don't have 600 pounds worth of stuff on it either, so let's start by finding us the Allen wrench that fits this thing. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's gonna be one of these two right here. Guaranteed. Not guaranteed. It's a chance. I'll go with the smaller one. Man, I'd be wrong. Let's go with the bigger one. Wow, really? Come on. Take that out. We got a little springy here. Well. Not what I planned on. Okay. Ta-da! All right, let's go down here. Let me get it off this string, just a second. Okay, we got it off from around the doodad there. What I'm gonna do here is slide y'all back just a smidgen. Get y'all up just a little bit there. I measured from the bolt hole out about what I wanted. I'm thinking about 2 inches, something like that. So we're gonna mark it 2 inches. Let's take us a square ish. Now, buying this from Vevor, you'd think it wouldn't be all that, and it's not really, but at least they weld. I mean, and it ain't a bad weld at all, but they welded this thing together instead of just bench. So, okie dokie, let's cut that off. We need a cutoff tool, don't we? Now we need some tricities. Careful. We didn't break a disc. We did cut our piece off though. All right, so that's a good start. Now all we got to do is find a arm to stick out. What can we use? Don't need to be super strong. Let's go check the scrap box. Oh, Mr. Scrap Box, bring me a dream. Make it the perfect little piece of steel I need. 1/4 inch, that's a bit much. That's not, my scrap box is not all. This is all really thin. PVC. Really don't want them to use 1/4 inch because it's so heavy. What is this? It's got a galvanized finish. We know that. That's the way it sticks way out there. I just assume. I guess we just use a piece of this angle iron, I reckon. I don't have any real. I don't want to. I got that stuff. We don't want to cut it up. Too much work. I think a piece of angle iron will work just fine. Yeah, that should be just fine. So what I'm thinking is, whoop, we just weld that on there, like that. Then we can put all this back on there. Or do I want like that? Let's put it like that. Yeah. We're gonna clean this up a little bit here. Gotta get a spinny high-speed sander. All right. So we say we're gonna put it on there like that. We probably ought to grind the stuff off of this thing too. Okay, that bolts up there just like that. And we want this to go in here like this, so we need to weld this like this. Yup. Turn on your gas. Okie dokie. Just a quick little spot there. Not that quick. One over here. looks pretty square. What do y'all think? Pretty square? Pretty square. Well, alrighty then. If our little thing breaks those welds, yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Definitely. Now all we gotta do is go put it back on there. Doesn't that sound like fun? I think I'm gonna let it cool off first. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this cool off. I'm gonna go get me something to drink. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Between losing video, a card, I don't know, recorded some stuff and then it was just gone. Between that and not pushing record on the GoPro as I'm working, I got a lot done. Like, I'm done with it now. So what I got here is I did 1-inch square tube for the base. We just 1-inch square tubes, nothing real special. I did, well, when I welded the base, then I used 2x2. I believe these are 3/16, both the 1-inch and the 2x2. I believe they're both 3/16. Then I went down to a hardware store and got us some rollers. This is a 1/4-inch plate. I got some 12-inch plate over there. I just cut a 12x12 section, cut it at a diagonal, 45 degree. Drilled a little hole for the cable to come through. We showed mounting that. This is some 3/16 6-inch strip. I had it laying around, so I used it. I was gonna cover this with a piece of, I thought I had a piece of 1/4-inch aluminum. Apparently I used it in another project, so I don't have a piece of 1/4-inch aluminum. So for now, what I'm gonna do is take that piece of wood right there and throw it down. And this is 4 foot wide on the inside by, I believe it's about 3 foot deep. This is just a 4 foot wide piece of wood that I have laying around here from building the walls and everything else, it looks like. But we'll just mash it down. There we go. And I have tested this a couple times already. So it does make some racket. It goes clunkety clunk a few times. But it hadn't fallen on me yet. I did grease up in the channels. I had to let me get up here a little bit higher. I had to reinvent the wheel over here. My winch was mounted so low that coming up, it just wasn't working out. I mean, you can see how bad it was scrubbing on here. And it's scrubbing up here too, but we moved it up here to get a little bit higher. Didn't like how that worked. So I went on up there and got a roller up there. So we had to just kind of reconfigure this, still the same bracket. Everything, I just flipped this from being upside down to right side up, or vice versa, or whatever. We'll go up a little bit higher. I did add some big old plates. I don't remember in the other videos if I showed that. I thought that would give me a little bit more strength than with these 1.5-inch tabs we're doing. On this side, I came through with a piece of all thread, 3/8 all thread, hung a clevis from it, and just hooked the hook on it. So it just goes down and goes through the tubing, comes back up, goes over here, and back down to there. So yeah. And then, like I say, for right now, all I did was run an extension cord. I got a receptacle back in there. But yeah, Christmas tree. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's sturdy. Let me step back down here on it. Like I said, I have used it a couple of times, moving some stuff around. Well, as a matter of fact, I can tell you this. I know you can't see very well. Well, it probably comes out on video. That's a C6 transmission. And I put it on here and me on here. No problem. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it being strong. I can't remember the weight on that. I know I told y'all earlier. Yeah, it's nothing real big and special. A lot of it's the stuff I already had. So I didn't put a whole lot of money into it. It's not a difficult thing. A V-Vor winch, I don't know, $100, $200 or whatever that was. That is without a doubt the most expensive part of it. But yeah, that's her right there. Goes up. I haven't noticed any flex in the base of it, even with the piece of wood on it. Like I say, when I took that transmission up there, not really any problem whatsoever. So that's it. Like I say, I apologize for not hitting record. I got to get better at that. Hitting record and then losing video. I don't know what happened. I had like 8 videos where I've paused it and stuff, and it all just gone right off the memory card. Anyway, I do appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe the videos. Hit the little bell notification to let you know when I'm putting out a video. I have slowed down a little bit. I was trying to do one every week. It's been just hectic. Anyway, like I said, I appreciate everybody that watches. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell. Tell your mom and them, and don't forget, if you ain't doing something, you ain't doing nothing.